Out in eastern New Orleans, there's a scary story that's been around for ages. Back when the city was new, the outskirts were just empty roads and thick forests. A perfect spot for spooky legends. There's talk of a weird group of folks who lived deep in those woods, called the Grunch. They were different from everyone else, with some being albinos and others dwarfs. People didn't like them, thinking they were cursed or something. Cut off from everyone else, they ended up marrying each other and making their own little group. But here's where it gets really creepy. Some say these Grunch weren't just weird, they were dangerous. They'd sneak out and take animals from farms, and even trick travelers into leaving their cars, just so they could eat them. Today, warnings echo. If you find yourself on Grunch Road, beware the sight of an injured goat. It is said that the Grunchs use these creatures to lure unsuspecting travelers from their cars, their intent to feast on flesh and drink blood. The eerie whispers of the Louisiana night carry the tales of those who ventured too close to the domain of the Grunch.
In the quiet towns of southern Louisiana, there's a chilling tale that's been whispered for generations. It's about a creature known as the Rougarou or Loup-garou, a kind of werewolf that prowls the night. Unlike typical werewolves, this beast can shapeshift into various forms, often resembling dogs or cattle, and it's usually a pale white color. People say it roams the streets after dark, causing trouble until someone puts an end to it. But here's the catch. If you manage to slay a Rougarou, you must keep it a secret for a whole year. If you spill the beans before then, you'll turn into the next Rougarou yourself. These spooky stories are said to haunt the small towns of Louisiana, where secrets are hard to keep.
Legend has it that the enigmatic Comte de Saint-Germain first graced the courts of Louis XV of France, presenting himself as an alchemist who had unlocked the secret to eternal life. Said to be over 6,000 years old, he became a celebrated figure among the French elite. After his time in France, he purportedly traveled to Germany, where he was believed to have met his end, only to reappear across Europe in the years following. In 1903, a man claiming to be a relative of the Comte, named Jacques Saint-Germain, surfaced in New Orleans. He took up residence in a house on the corner of Royal and Ursuline Streets, quickly earning a reputation as a charming ladies' man. However, whispers soon spread when one of his companions leaped from a window, alleging that he had attacked and bitten her. Authorities investigated, finding the house deserted save for bloodstains and wine bottles filled with blood. Since then, the property remains uninhabited, its taxes mysteriously paid without any trace of the owner. Locals swear that the ghostly figure of the vampire still roams the streets of the French Quarter.
Nestled amidst the East Pearl and West Pearl rivers in southeast Louisiana lies the tranquil yet mysterious Honey Island Swamp. Beneath its serene surface lies a tale steeped in intrigue. According to local law, the origins of the Honey Island Swamp monster can be traced back to a fateful event, a circus train accident that unleashed a troop of chimpanzees into the wild. Over time, these primates purportedly interbred with the indigenous alligator population, birthing the legendary creature that haunts the swamp. Described as standing 7 feet tall, with 3-toed webbed feet and weighing close to 400 pounds, the Honey Island Swamp Monster strikes fear into the hearts of those who encounter it. Its piercing yellow reptilian eyes and matted grey hair allow it to seamlessly blend into its surroundings, rendering it a master of stealth. The first documented sighting of the creature dates back to 1963, when Harlan Ford stumbled upon it. Returning later with a companion, Ford managed to obtain a cement casting of the monster's distinctive webbed clawfoot, cementing its place in local folklore.
The LaLaurie house stands as an infamous landmark of haunting tales in the nation. During the 1800s, the opulent mansion was a hub of lavish gatherings, hosted by Dr. Louis LaLaurie and his wife, Delphine, who was renowned for her charm and wit. However, behind the facade of sophistication lurked a grim truth. Delphine LaLaurie, though esteemed for her beauty and intellect, harbored a dark and twisted nature. Secretly, she reveled in tormenting the enslaved individuals who toiled within the mansion's walls. Shocking accounts emerged of her chaining the cook to the stove and mercilessly whipping a young enslaved girl off the roof. Whispers against the LaLaurie family escalated as enslaved individuals came and went under mysterious circumstances. The truth came to light in April of 1834, when a catastrophic fire consumed much of the mansion. Amidst the chaos, firefighters stumbled upon a horrific scene in the attic. Enslaved people chained, some in cages, others strapped to operating tables, bearing signs of unspeakable mutilation. Public outcry demanded justice, but the LaLauries vanished without a trace, leaving behind a legacy steeped in horror.
In the 1800s, the Myrtles Plantation bore witness to a dark chapter of its history under the ownership of Judge Clark Woodruff, a man infamous for his heinous acts. Among the enslaved individuals under his ownership was Chloe, the children's governess, who endured his abuses in silence. Chloe harbored deep resentment towards Woodruff, but feared the consequences of resisting his advances. Desperate to regain his favor and protect herself from being sent to the fields, she concocted a plan. Believing that a small dose of oleander would only make the family ill enough for her to nurse them back to health, she administered the poison. Tragically, her scheme backfired, resulting in the accidental deaths of Woodruff's family. Terrified of Woodruff's wrath, the other enslaved individuals took matters into their own hands. In a harrowing turn of events, they lynched Chloe and disposed of her body in the river. Yet, the horror did not end there. Legend has it that the spirits of Chloe and the Woodruff children linger on the property, their restless souls haunting the Myrtles Plantation to this day. The echoes of their tragic tale reverberate through the halls.
I hope you found these stories as chilling and unsettling as I did. It's a stark reminder that sometimes reality can be stranger and more frightening than fiction. If you enjoyed these tales of suspense, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more spine-chilling content. This is your host, Nicholas Black. Until next time.